Hello, Starstream here. You're listening to Geek Central Station and Home Atomics Network. Stay tuned, or I'll come looking for you. Call me Lord.
Hey everybody, what's going on? This is John from Geek Central Station, where the awesome just keeps on chugging. And here for another retro review, we got another Viacon, or couple of Viacons. It is Thrust from the Beast Machines toy line. Got both the accurate version, which is technically named the motorcycle drone, and you have the actual Thrust, the character, that ends up being Waspinator! Again, like I said, if this is spoilers for you, I'm sorry, but you really should have watched it. Like, the end part of Beast Machines was the better part. When you figured all this stuff out. Stop trying to fight for Beast Machines. Anyway, and so you have these two motorcycle guys. Like I said, this one is the more show-accurate version. This head all like this and everything. And just the colors and the design is very accurate. And then you have this version, which does a little more, but it is not accurate. It's got this purple, it's not a maroon, and then yellow bits, and then a bunch of green translucent. It's not even his head. And it comes off, and then you can see that head, which isn't even his head. Yeah. And he's got 3 wheels, not 2. So is this really a motorcycle? I don't know. That's up for you to decide what is and what isn't. Let's go ahead and zoom up just a tad. Put up some comparisons. Okay. Here we go. Got a more current version. I'm going to put his kickstand up. Rekgar. Rekgar is his name. Rekgar's name I almost forgot. See, he's standing quite a bit over them. Well, he's a more modern motorcycle, doesn't have to worry, or he has to worry about somebody sitting up on here, whereas these ones don't. I don't know, whatever reasonings. There's definitely no way that these are the same size as this guy, although when you come to think about it, he's probably not the actual size of a motorcycle, because doesn't RC do a lot of mass shifting in Prime? Yeah, probably. She is a small motorcycle. This, by the way, is the first edition RC that you see right there. C. A lot of the C sound. Well, I see that we got a transformation segment coming on. Because there's not very many features in this mode, except for the big thrust here. When you roll him around, he turns only to his left, which is kind of odd. There's no missile gimmicks in this mode at all. That's all in the robot mode. So let's go ahead and transform. This guy. Because I think I transformed the drone in the other one first. So let's go ahead and focus on him. First thing you want to do is split the arms, because they're connected via a peg right here in the arm. Same thing on this side. Just unpeg that, except this one's black because it's in different parts. You'll see why in a minute. And then you just go ahead and pull this section up or down, depending on your perspective. And let me zoom out just a tad. Give myself a little more room here. This back portion that covers up this wheel, you'll see there's a seam. You just go ahead and split these two on the side and rotate them out a bit. Just get that out of the way. And then this part, this wheel here, rotate that out of the way. Bring this up that way. And then you can take the arms, bring them down. They're on this maroon piece that comes out of the black part of the body. Right there. And then you can rotate these, which will become shoulder bits, around so that they can come up. And then so the wheel well part is on the inside. It looks best. And this wheel part up here, just try to rotate this around because it's kind of hitting a spot right there. So kind of bring it out and then make it easier to turn around. Kind of like something square turning around, just hitting all its edges around on stuff. And then, rotate that whole spot. Bring this head up. Yeah, okay. What you're gonna want to do is bring this side to the front and then flip the top, or rotate rather, the top part of the head so that you get the traditional thrust face. Look right there. And that is technically it. You just gotta rotate to make sure that the opening for the ball joints is forward so he can move his arms forward, and then these things are posable. There's a missile that can fit in there. It doesn't fire, but it fires on this side. And then the little Viacon crystal, you push that and it launches out. But it makes these halves open up, and that gets kind of annoying to display and everything, so I just left the packaging rubber band around that so it can stay there. It's really nothing exciting, unless you're a missile enthusiast. But if you're a missile enthusiast, why are you watching me? You're planning my destruction by missiles. Plastic missiles. This technically, like I said, is the transformation. His official transformation. I've, from time to time, done it a little differently. I think maybe not having this right here, but around the other way. But, I mean, this looks pretty good right here. In the show, he had more of a slimmer body, although that's pretty slim for a toy. Does a pretty good job. I don't think he had the skirt thing, though. That's probably just, you know, toy stuff. Gotta have that on there. Make it look good. But he doesn't stand up on his own. No matter how much you want to, he doesn't stand up on his own. You have to unpeg the wheels. If you see there's like a little teeth seam around it, you just grab the legs and pull, and then you just rotate them so they're flat, and then flat or angled, because you might need an A stance, and then he'll be front heavy possibly. There you go. He's a little stubby motorcycle drone that now has feet, but absolutely no knee, thigh, waist articulation in order to move. Tries to take a step, falls down after considerable bouncing. Wide base feet help him to stay up, which is a nice thing, especially when you have him on the shelf and you have him centered, because the biggest weighty part of him is the blaster arms, which are actually quite thinner on the show, but they still look cool nonetheless. I really like this guy. When I was a kid, I had only like the main dudes, very few of them, and I enjoyed those a lot more. But there's just something about the accurateness that I really like about these drones. So let's go ahead and put him off to the side for now, and let's transform Jetstorm's taking the show by flying over my house. And let's go ahead and move to the main guy, Thrust, here. Let's go ahead and transform him. Probably the easiest thing to do. Pop off the head and set it to the side. And you can see his other head. It can come forward. Honestly, you could probably have him like this. Doesn't matter either way. I don't know why they have that other head. This thing right here almost makes it look like he has a mouth. I'm Thrust. Like he's some sort of badger. Badger bear. Badger motorcycle bear. He's gonna eat me, isn't he? No Transformers were hurt in the making of this review. Gosh. Okay. See these little piston things? You can just go ahead and shorten that up. Let me zoom out. And then, trying to remember the first step here. Just go ahead and pull the arms out. They kind of swing forward like this, and then you can rotate them up out of there and then twist them around. Pull them up, twist them around, and then you take the big wheel up here. Big wheel. Hey, look, Mommy, I'm riding without handlebars. You just go ahead and split that. It honestly doesn't need to go down. It doesn't need to go anywhere. It's just needed to split to be able to bring this hood portion up, which is actually supposed to open. Hang on. It's actually supposed to open. Like that. I think I remember before I had an issue with it staying up. And then you just take this whole section. I did slide that up, but the whole rest of it needs to slide up like that. See? You see this little bit right here, you push it up and you keep pushing up till it's right here. And because this is old, this sags. Oh god. Oh god, put that away. Put that away, Thrust. No, I'm just kidding, it's a wheel well. Okay. And then you go ahead and rotate the arms forward so that the ball joint part is out. See? See, I'm having an issue with that staying there. Stay. It's because of these wheel things. They like to go in, so they're going to end up doing this thing or whatever. It doesn't hurt it, really, at all. And the arms kind of stay flailed out and whatnot. And then you can, if you want, to put this thing back to fill out his chest. I'm not sure if maybe this is supposed to stay down and then he's like that. That is really up to you, depending on how you want him to look. It's all on how you want. Again, I'm guessing that gets weak probably because this whole portion that it is on is translucent plastic, and that does get weaker over time. I have heard that the newer translucent plastic is better, but we'll see 10 or 20 years from now. And then this is technically Thrust stood up, because, again, he doesn't stand up like that. Yeah. But thankfully there is wheel feet on him. So you go ahead and split that and watch Donkey Kong fall. Or maybe not, I think my hand is in the way. And this one actually has toes and heel spurs. And you want to go ahead and get your finger in there, or if you still have fingernails, you can maybe pull those out. But luckily, there is little spots right here where you can take your nail and use it to flick it out. That's right, just flick it out. Yeah, flick that. And then flick that. Hoorah! And then you can have him one toed out, two toes out. And then there you go. He's a little wobbly, unlike his drone version, which are pretty solid. And he likes to lean forward. I wouldn't recommend displaying him like this because he might end up falling. But the one thing this guy has, the other one doesn't, he actually has waist and knee articulation. So you can change that, have him lean back a little more, and then he will be more straight up and down. Albeit a little bit. I still wouldn't display him like that. Let's go ahead and get some close-ups here, as much as my camera will allow. Thrust. Thrust, thrust, thrust. Thrust! Got a little bit of green in there. I think maybe they were trying to invoke the Waspinator of him. But yeah, so he's got the full shoulder, but it's kind of hindered because of how tight the ball joint. I'm surprised how tight the ball joint is on him still. Then the fact that it's angled out, and then you have the full elbow. And okay, yeah, this side is the shooter. You can put a missile in there and it'll shoot out. These hands remind me of Dr. Octagonopus. Wow, I used the laser collection name. Doc Ock from the Spider-Man 2 movie. That's what these hands remind me of. It's pretty good. And then you have this feature over here, which you push up and it does an extendo claw thing and opens. Coming to get you. Clarice is coming to get you. Oh my god, this is not Japanese cartoons! Get away! There we go. Yes, I'm sporadic, right in the middle of articulation. I give you features. I'm sorry. Bad thrust. Bad. He has no self-control at all, I swear to God. No self-control. His legs look so spindly. Look at that. It's like if Claptrap had legs. Sorry, Claptrap. And so his knee only goes a little bit because of the piston-y action, which is actually up here. Like the piston doesn't move, it's just that's only that part moves right there. Like I was saying, the waist is hindered because of the stuff around it, so it can't move very much. Just enough to get him to pose properly and stay up. And his wheels in the front are very loose. And these guys ride with no handlebars. With no handlebars. Ah. Thrust, you're hilarious. Go home. You are drunk. Now let's go ahead and compare him with a couple of comparisons. First we have the other motorcycle dude, which is the same size. Whoa. Whoa. Don't get mad at me, bro. You're not the only motorcycle here. Let's see. Where are there another motorcycle dude? Oh, that's right. Motorcycle girl. Yeah, that's right. Almost forgot about RC. Well, you can see her there with everybody else, as she's kind of mad at me. What? What'd I do? I'm sorry I forgot about you. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and transform this guy first. You, over there. Focus, focus. Okay, first of all, we are going to zoom out just a tad. First of all, let's go ahead and just reconnect his feet. There's pegs on one side and holes on the other side. It's kind of hard to tell since this is all black. Okay, so you have pegs on this side, the holes are on this side. Just go ahead and line them up. There's only 3. Should be have like half a chance to get it right on the first time, which I did. Hooray for me! Statistics! Ugh, statistics. And go ahead and rotate the shoulder bits forward. Go ahead and let the arms go back. Rotate them so that they're facing backwards. It's like an L-shaped part of this thing. It's just out and back down. Yep. Get the wheel out of the way. Fold the legs on this side. Put this, rotate it. Ah, did that kind of off screen. It, was it right there? Yeah, okay. It was right here. You just rotate it up. See, there's a hole right there, peg right there. Just go ahead and do that, and then put the wheel right here. Rotate this part down. Doesn't really matter where. When you bring it, these two things back, it'll help you get everything lined up. Oh, that was pretty good. Wow. No, in more. There we go. You just go ahead and peg those together, and then rotate this, because again it's another L thing. Rotate it, bring it up there, up like this. Actually, rotate this back so you get those like pincer mouth part at the front, so it's like that. Just bring this all the way up, and then turn these back around so they face to the back, and then plug in the holes right there, and there you go. You have him back in his motorcycle mode, not falling out of my hand. And let's go ahead and transform Pervert over here. I mean Thrust. Just go ahead and start by folding in the feet. My hand could be totally hiding that. Just go ahead and fold in the feet. And Huh. It's funny. There's pegs right here and right here, and then holes on the other side in a couple spots, but then there's holes on this side too. Interesting. I'll just go ahead and make sure when you bring it down that you're able to find them. Basically do it like this so that the hinges don't hit each other, basically. There we go. And then, what's another good step? I'm gonna wanna yank that down, rotate, take that off, just make it easy, rotate the head down, rotate, before you rotate it, just go ahead and bring that up, rotate that down, and then that way you can put the wheels back where they go. Same principle. There's only 2 holes on the one side, pegs on the other. You'll line them up, and you peg them together. So they're like that, and you can go ahead and bring these down, rotate the arms around, and then accordion it back down. Accordion it back down. And then go ahead and position the arms however you like. I'm trying to point them up because it's cool. Not that much up, but yeah, kind of like that. Kind of cool. Make sure the legs are straight now. You got that wheel well over the wheel, and then you go ahead and put this thing and hide his other head because he's somehow embarrassed by that other head. And then you have thrust transformed. Alright, looking to the left there. I think he's got something shady going down. And they don't always like to sit straight. Sometimes they angle. This one, okay, can you just do it? There we go. Always, 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 always. Murphy's Law. You say it does something, it does the opposite. Well, Murphy's is if it's going to go wrong, it will go wrong. So yeah, it applies. This one, you have to get it just right in order to be straight up. I got it just before I was going to record the review, and then I did something at the wheel, and it screwed it up, and I managed to get it. So we're good! We're good! We got them in frame, and they're standing up. Very awesome. And this has been a retro review. Stay tuned later this week. 4th of July, I have a 4th of July special. It's mostly colors, because there's no Transformer that is like the American flag. Otherwise, I'd be doing that. But stay tuned, you're going to like that one. Very cool. And then the next week is another Viacon review for Monday. Stay tuned for that. And sorry I didn't get out another prime time this last week. It was just the stickering up of the Jet Viacon. That will be released same day as the Jet Viacon review for next week, prime time. So stay tuned for that. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to both Geek Central Station and Home Atomics Network. I am not talking like George Takei. Or am I? That's up for you to decide. Thank you very much for watching, and have a fantastic day. Bye!
Home Atomics!